I don't know how to explain it other than there's certain people around me that when I have conversations with them, I get energy, I get lifted up. And I personally choose to spend my time with people like that. In order for me to live my best life and be the greatest version of myself, I have to surround myself with the greatest people that I know and people that I don't yet know, people that I have yet to attract into my life. And Danielle and I will be creating a program together, a mastermind of sorts, I guess you would call it. We've had troubles even defining exactly what it is. It's not a mastermind. It's a collective. It's a hot seat. It's just a spiritual container of people that are operating at the same frequency, that know that they're destined to evolve and that they want to do it together amongst other people that have the same desires and drive to create impact in this world, to make this world a better place for our kids, for ourselves. And it's going to be incredible. It's already incredible. Just me and Danielle meet on a weekly basis a couple times a week. And I can't wait to start inviting people to this, because there's already a handful of people. We shortlisted like 10 people today that I'm going to invite to one of our future calls. And I just want to say, as I wrap up this podcast too, if anything that I said resonated with you here, any of it, including the part that I said at the end here about this container, this inner circle, this mastermind, this collective, whatever you want to call it, if any of that resonates with you and you're curious and you are a seeker like me, and when I say seeker, what I mean is that you're constantly evolving. I've actually, for a long time, especially recently, just been like evaluating, like, what does it mean to be a seeker? And is it a bad thing? Does it just mean that I can't commit to anything? Because I'm always on the move. I'm like, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? You know? And just reinventing myself, reinventing the businesses that I have, reinventing the people that I surround myself with, reinventing my belief systems, reinventing my diet, reinventing my exercise routines or lack thereof or whatever. But if you are a seeker and you are constantly curious and you are a creative at heart, you're somebody that knows that you want to create and that gives you energy. That's what fills you up. It gives you joy. It creates bliss in your life when you're in creator mode. Then I encourage you to reach out to me and let's have a conversation. I have no idea what direction it'll go. We might just have a good chat. I may invite you to be on my podcast so the energy that we create in that conversation can be recorded and actually put out into the world to support other people. I may invite you into our container that we're creating here. But regardless, I wanted to turn this on after an inspiring 5 hours of meeting with Danielle and having her be a guide for me, which is what she's become ultimately. You know, I attracted Danielle initially by seeking out my next mindset mentor, and I found her and I brought her in, and she expressed this today. Like, I opened certain doors and possibilities for her at the early parts of her entrepreneurship journey. And now that has come full circle and I'm experiencing what Danielle has to bring to this world, the spiritual teachings and the guidance and how she's able to help me frame things, including the story that I was holding to myself about not actually telling my real truth on my own damn podcast for my fear of not being liked, having my opinion not being liked, or me getting animated and angry and 14-year-old Trevor that used to kick the shit out of people for the better part of 7 years as a junior hockey player, coming through on a camera and everybody going, that's just an angry dude that's got some childhood trauma issues that he has to deal with. That was my fear around recording this episode. And while Danielle didn't tell me to do this, she did help me see that by me not speaking my truth, that I'm actually robbing myself of possibilities of attracting people into my world that maybe think the same way. and not from a place of anger. Yes, it might show up like that, but just a place of sadness. And a commitment to be a part of the change, to be a part of the positivity that we need in this world, to be a part of the support system that we need to give our business owners, that we need to give our children, to be healthy, happy, joyful human beings. Because that's the world that I want my kids to live in. That's it. If you resonated with anything, reach out to me. I'm a tractor beam right now. I want to suck people into my space that I know are supposed to be there. And if you're one of them, please, let's have a conversation. Reach out to me. Send me an email. Send me a message on LinkedIn. Do whatever. Smoke signal, you name it. I want to connect with my people. And I want them to hear my voice. And I want to help them share theirs as well. It's the last thing that I'll end on here. I know that one of my gifts, I'm not even going to say God-given gifts because this is a learned skill. But in my 45 years, what I know that I am exceptional at is helping people find their voice, communicate their story, and now that I've stepped into this, communicate their truth unapologetically. I'm being the example so that I can open up the space for others to do the same. And if we do that, we can create ripple effects of change in this world. And I'm here on this earth to be able to support people to be able to do that. People that want to be a part of the change, the part of the change that leads with love, not fear. They lead with love. I get to amplify that because that's my skill set. That's what I'm exceptional at. That is my 10,000 hours, Malcolm Gladwell. I am an expert at this. And I'm tired of acting like I'm not. So all of you seeker, curious creatives that want your voice amplified in this world, you reach out to me as well, especially if you resonated with anything that I said here. And even if you didn't, we might disagree on things. That's okay. The important thing is that we speak our truth and we're not censored and we're not restricted from going into swimming lessons. And we're not told that we can't hop on an airplane to be able to fly down to paradise in Costa Rica because that's where the winds are taking us, because I'm going down there. And I realized it's not where happiness is. Happiness is here, right now. Happiness is being present with my kids and knowing that I'm doing everything that I can to be the greatest version of myself, to support them to be the greatest versions of themselves. And that's why I created this podcast.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed that clip and you want to watch the full unedited episode, go ahead and click over here. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me. Thanks so much.